Welcome to Truth Be Told About Going Wild. I'm your host, Robert Hensley, and this is the podcast inspired by the principles of personal rewilding. There is a subtle turning point that arrives each year, often before we consciously notice it. The long exploratory energy of early summer begins to soften. The days are still warm, the gardens still flourish, and the sun continues its generous arc across the sky. Yet something has changed. Nature is no longer focused on beginning. She has shifted towards sustaining, ripening, and preserving. When we attune ourselves to this seasonal transition, we discover an opportunity to move in harmony with the natural world instead of resisting its rhythms. Early summer invites expansion. It's a season of possibility, growth, and outward expression. Seeds become stems, blossoms emerge, and our own lives often mirror this momentum. We reflect on what we hope to cultivate, experiment with new ideas, and embrace experiences that stretch us beyond the familiar. Reflection during the season is active. It asks us what we want to create and who we are becoming. Late summer offers a different kind of wisdom. The abundance surrounding us is no longer a promise of what might be. It is the tangible result of patient tending. Orchards grow heavy with fruit, gardens offer their richest harvests, and fields prepare for gathering. Nature demonstrates that every season of growth eventually becomes a season of stewardship. This is where preservation begins. Preservation is often misunderstood as simply storing food or preparing for colder months. While those practices remain beautiful expressions of seasonal living, preservation extends much further. It is the conscious act of recognizing what is valuable enough to carry forward. We preserve memories through storytelling. We preserve relationships by nurturing them with presence and gratitude. We preserve health by honoring the body's changing needs. And we preserve ecosystems by making choices that protect rather than deplete. Late summer reminds us that abundance is not measured by how much we possess, but by how thoughtfully we care for what has already been given. Living in alignment with this seasonal rhythm deepens our relationship with nature because it shifts our perspective from consumption to reciprocity. Rather than constantly seeking the next experience or achievement, we pause to appreciate what has matured. We ask not what else can I gain, but how can I honor what I already have? This question transforms everyday life. A walk through a local forest becomes an opportunity to observe the subtle signs of seasonal transition, the fading of early blossoms, the ripening of berries, the steady hum of pollinators completing their work. A meal prepared with seasonal vegetables becomes an expression of gratitude for the land that nourished them. Gathering herbs, drying flowers, saving seeds, or preserving fruits becomes practices of relationship rather than routine. These rituals remind us that humans have long participated in nature's cycles. For generations, communities understood that preserving the harvest was not merely practical. It was an act of respect for the gifts of the earth and an acknowledgement that every season contributes to the whole. Modern life often encourages us to remain in perpetual growth, constantly producing, consuming, and pursuing what comes next. Yet nature offers another model. She teaches that rest follows effort, harvest follows growth, and preservation ensures continuity. When we align ourselves with the late summer, we begin to embody these lessons. We become more intentional with our energy, more discerning about our commitments, and more grateful for the experiences that have ripened through time. Instead of rushing towards autumn, we savor the fullness of the present moment while preparing gently for what lies ahead. This seasonal awareness also nurtures resilience. Preservation is, at its heart, an expression of trust. It recognizes that seasons will continue to change and that thoughtful preparation allows us to meet those changes with confidence rather than fear. Whether we preserve food, traditions, wisdoms, or moments of joy, we participate in an ancient rhythm that has sustained life for millennia. Perhaps this is late summer's greatest gift. It teaches us that growth alone is not enough. What we cultivate deserves our care. What we harvest deserves our gratitude. What nourishes us deserves to be protected. As the season slowly bends towards autumn, nature quietly extends an invitation. Gather what matters, cherish what has flourished, and preserve what will sustain both yourself and generations to come. In accepting this invitation, we do more than mark the passage of another season. We remember that we are not separate from nature's cycles. We are participants within them. And in that remembrance, we find a deeper sense of belonging, purpose, and harmony with the living world. Thank you for listening. Just remember there are 2 opportunities each week for new content from the Truth Be Told family of podcasts on the Club Paranormal channel on YouTube. That is Tony Sweet with the original Truth Be Told every Friday, and of course, Truth Be Told About Going Wild every Monday. And those shows go live at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern on their respective days. If you'd like to know more about what I'm working on, please feel free to visit my website at www.rhnaturereconnect.com. Again, that's www.rhnaturereconnect.com. And also, don't forget, you can join my Personal Rewilding with Robert Hensley community on Patreon. That offers a free subscription, or you can choose to become a paid Going Wild subscription member that gets exclusive content each month. And until next time.